Okay, I was in for a small shock. Well, I said a small shock. I was able to try the new kit lens that comes with the Nikon D, if you buy that. Stupid kit lens. It's a kit lens for the Nikon D500 here. It's the 16 to 80 f2.8 to f4. I don't have it in my hands. I only had use of it for like 6 hours. Took some picture, was even more underimpressed than I thought it would be. Also turns out that the lens, well, it is marked, and I've made a video about this, well, it is marked in AFS. It is not a silent wave motor. See, Nikon, and I'll talk about this here in a secondary video so far as the nonsense that people believe that's absolutely untrue. This is a true hubless AFS motor. This lens actually came out in 2003, I believe. It's a 17-55 2.8. It's a DX crop lens. The 16 to 80 lens sucks. It sucks. So some people have bought the Nikon D500 with that crappy $1,000 kit lens. You get like $100 off if you buy it with the D500. That lens sucks. It just sucks. Here, let me tell you why you're absolutely insane if you buy the 16 to 80. 16 to 80 for $1,100 is a variable aperture lens. It does not have a true hubless silent wave motor in it. See, this is something that I made a video about, and you can actually find information about this online too. Nikon lies like a dirty dog to your fanny when they tell you that something is a silent wave motor. Well, just because they call it a silent wave motor does not tell you what the hell is inside the lens. This is a true hubless AFS motor. This is an expensive lens. It's $1,500 if you buy it new, which you should never ever buy this lens new. There are a ton of these lenses out there, and they're pretty damn cheap. And this lens is friggin' awesome. It's awesome. I'm going to talk about it in a second on the Nikon D500. 16 to 80 has a micro motor in it. You know what a micro motor is? It's got plastic gears and a micro motor like you'd find in a cheap little child's toy. Well, actually an expensive child's toy. Plastic gears are driving the means it's slow and it's prone to failure. But more importantly than that, on a camera that's specifically designed for ultra-fast actions, this lens is faster, okay? Period. There's no arguing it. That new lens was, well, this is an old lens from God. What would it be? Well, 2003, right? Yeah, 2003. I think that's right, 2003 on the 17-55 f2.8. This lens is old. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what's better. An older Rolls-Royce or a new Volkswagen? Yeah, that's the answer. The 16 to 80 sucks. The performance sucks. The autofocus speed sucks. It's cheap, it's plasticky. It is not worth $1,100 new, nor $1,000 as a kit lens for the Nikon D500. This lens is 17 to 55, so even though it's an older lens, you can find these all day long for $650 on eBay. Now, the autofocus speed of the D500, given the best lens, is just blazing fast. It blows the hell out of every other Nikon, period. Zoom. This lens is damn fast on the D500. It is blazing fast. I've been doing a bunch of testing. I was comparing it against the 16 to 80 f2.8 to f4. Do not buy that lens, and do not buy a Nikon D500 kit, which comes with that. It's $1,000 higher. It's $3,000 for the kit. You're paying $2,000 for a camera and $1,000 for that horrific lens. Yeah, the 1755 is a true silent wave motor. The 16 to 80 is a stinking micro motor, a gear-driven lens. Plastic gears, by the way. It's made by, oh, by the way, yeah, that lens is made in Thailand. This is made in Japan. This lens is the tits. That lens is, it's no bueno. It's no bueno. This is a fixed 2.8. That is a variable. Well, obviously it does have a wide range, 16 to 80 versus 17 to 55, but it's variable between f2.8 to f4 at the telephoto end. I think it starts around, 68 millimeters up to 80 millimeters. The maximum aperture is f4, and that's as it should be. I mean, it's not that big of a lens. That lens sucks. Do not buy that lens. Do not buy it as a kit lens. And this lens, by the way, if you get a Nikon D500, even though this is an older lens, it is blazing fast in autofocus, continuous autofocus on the Nikon D500. Trust me, it is fine. This is the Rolls-Royce. Even though it's got a few years on it as far as when it came out, this lens is blazing fast. It is a true hubless silent wave motor deluxe. This is one of Nikon's upper top echelon lenses. Even though it's an older lens, this lens is incredible. It's made in Japan, and it's made extremely well. The output, the resolution, the color saturation, this lens is awesome. And what's even more awesome is that this lens has been out for so long, there are a lot of used copies really, really cheap on eBay. Cheap. Talking 650 bucks. So for $450, 400 bucks less basically, you're getting a lens that's made in Japan, it's faster, it's made better, faster autofocus than that stinking plastic Thailand made, not a true silent wave motor, 16 to 80 f2.8 to f4 Nikkor, okay? Now let me sum it up for you. The 16 to 80 f2.8 to f4, no bueno. This lens, it's awesome, it's built like a tank, it's highest quality, it's fast as hell, definitely faster than the other. Well, how could that be true? How could it be faster? Because this is top quality. This lens is still made, by the way, by Nikon. It is a crop sensor lens. This lens is cheap, but it's also incredible. It's not cheap if you buy a new one for $1,500, which is what a new one costs you, but don't buy a new one. So, anyway, that's it. If you buy this lens for your D500 and you think you're going to have an issue with the autofocus speed in continuous sports action wildlife, you are not. This is basically the equivalent, the output in full frame as the 24-70 2.8. This is the DX crop, which is basically the same equivalent as the 24-70 2.8, the 17 to 55. Okay? You heard it here, and everything I said is 100% accurate, and you'll be very happy with this lens. So find one used on eBay. Okay?